Leafs win 3-2 over the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, and by the way, we're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Again.
So this is going to be a look back kind of on the season that we've had. Kind of like a summation, I guess, seeing as the rest of the season's pretty much done. Now, many of us knew that the Leafs were not going to make the playoffs. I mean, it just was a given. We didn't have any talent. We didn't have much to look forward to except for the development of our rookie players. So as a result, I enjoyed this season a lot more. Last year we had Paul Maurice saying, the Leafs are going to make the playoffs and compete for the Stanley Cup. And, you know, there was all that excitement, and I was amped, and I was like, yes, Leafs are make the playoffs again this year, and it just kind of, everything fell apart, and Leafs plummeted to the basement of the league. So this year, there wasn't that expectation, and as a result, I enjoyed it a lot more. So in this video, I'm basically asking myself, what was my favorite part of the year? And there were lots of good parts. It was the surprising play of Luke Schenn making the team in his first year in the league. Was it the great goal-scoring abilities of Kulemin and Grabovski? Was it the Leafs beating Detroit 3-1 in the opening game? Was it seeing Luke Schenn drop the mitts with other tough guys in the league? All those are great, but there's one part that stands out in my mind. And a lot of you are going to be surprised, but actually, it's the recent winning streak. Now, all season long, people have been saying, tank the season, lose every game, blow up the team. And they seem to have intensified their cry all season long, especially when we started winning games just recently. But the winning streak, to me, was actually very promising. The rookie core just seems to have been waking up and putting up points and doing all the things that really good players, established NHL players, do. And, I mean, I'm not just talking about the rookies on the team like Luke Schenn, who's been a horse all year long, Grabovski, who's been a pretty solid point getter, and Kulemin, who's showing glimpses of brilliance. I'm also talking about the guys who've been called up, like Jamie Cyphers has been surprisingly good in the NHL. And, you know, other guys like Tim Stapleton, who got the shootout winner in his first game in the NHL, and then got a goal in his second game, or Jeremy Williams, who was getting points like mad whenever he was on the team, and for a while there, whenever he was on the team, he would score and the Leafs would win. It was pretty crazy. But I mean, like, all these guys have been just pitching in wherever they're needed, and I think that's great, because it shows that the rookies are really developing and coming into their own. So that's been my favorite part of the season. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to the viewers. We're going to do a little bit of interacting here. So for all of you watching on YouTube and Leafs Fates, comment below. I want to see your opinions on these next couple of questions. What was your favorite part of the season? Now I know I'm going to get a lot of people saying, you know, when the Leafs were losing, and I guess, you know, I'm going to have to put up with that because there are a bunch of members of Tank Nation. But I also, you know, want to hear, you know, the reasons you thought your specific memory from this season was so great. What really stands out in your mind over the past season that you've really liked about the Leafs? And I'm also going to ask you, based on where you think the Leafs are going to finish over the last 6 games, where do you think we're going to end up in the draft, and who do you think we're going to pick? Now, of course, I'm going to get a lot of people saying,
John Tavares! We need John Tavares!
Shut up, it's not going to happen. Oh, and Victor Hedman doesn't count either. We're not going to get him, and if you think we are, really? All season long, I've been saying the Leafs are going to finish around 7th in the draft rankings. And right now, they're around 9th. So I'm going to stay with my prediction that the Leafs are going to finish around 7th. Now, Who would I like the Leafs to pick up in the draft? Brayden Schenn. Now, I know a lot of you people think that Brayden Schenn is going to go in the top 5. I'm not so sure you're right. I think he's going to go around 7th or 8th, maybe 6th in the draft. But even assuming that he's going to go 5th, what the Leafs did last year was we finished around 7th, and we were in position to pick up Mikhail Bodker in the draft. And we traded up to get Luke Schenn, who went 5th. So I think there's a good chance we could just do that again. I mean, we have veterans like Ponikarovsky, Thomas Cabriolet, and a couple of picks in the 5th round. Basically, bargaining chips that we can use to kind of give to other teams so we can move up in the draft. 5th rounders don't turn into good players most of the time anyway, so I think we're pretty safe in giving them away. So I think we should move up, try and get Brayden Schenn. Just for the simple reason that Luke Schenn has been a horse, and I can see Brayden Schenn being the same type of player. Now, assuming the Leafs don't move up and Brayden Schenn does go 5th, who should we pick up? I'm thinking there's still going to be a lot of talented players like Jordan Schroeder, Ryan Ellis, guys who were real workhorses in the junior championships that will still be available at 7th or 8th in the draft. So I think there's going to be a lot of people to choose from at this year's draft, so the Leafs basically can't go wrong finishing top 10 in the draft rankings. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you. I want to know who you think we should pick in this year's draft and why. And for the love of God, please don't use those TSN draft rankings. They're full of crap. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are going to the Leaf Space party this Friday, I'll see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be during the game against Philly on Friday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Leaf Space, check up the videos that Monica with K has put up, and she'll give you all the details you need to know, starting from 6, going till 10. I forget the address, but it's right close to the ACC. So, that's my video for now. See you later. Peace.